So in episode 2, I did say that we would actually have a look at the media predictions after the first game, but I kind of forgot, so here it is on the screen instead. We are predicted to finish 11th according to the media this season, and judging by our early season form so far, yeah, I'd say that's about accurate. It's about as middling as you can get. 3 wins and 3 losses. Standard stuff. Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Unemployed to Legend here at Curzon Ashton. My name is Craig, and come up in today's episode we have 2 games for you. In the FA Cup second qualifying round against Biggleswade Town, massive. Actually it is, more on that in a moment. And home against Bradford, Park Avenue, not that Bradford that you're thinking of. In the league, since you were last with me, I mentioned in the intro, 3 wins, 3 draws, ignore the friendly win over Gold Card. That was to try and get some of my fringe players up to match fitness. Started to work. But 3 wins, 3 losses. That game against Chester that we saw in the last episode. And then we went on a 3-match winning run. Guiseley, Boston United and Darlington, some big names in there. Before losing to Leamington and Gloucester of all teams. Now, Gloucester, to be fair, they are one of those teams who are kind of the favourites to get into the playoffs this season. Leamington was a disappointment until I saw in the league table they've had a really good start to the season. 3 wins and a draw for 10 points from 6 matches. So they're a team who predicted to finish 21st, but they've had a really good start. So fair enough, we've caught them at a good patch for them. But we were on a good run as well. We've now lost 2 in a row, and we need to get back to some winning form very, very quickly. So we are set to play in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup against Biggleswade Town, as mentioned. In fact, before we get into that, I almost forgot. We've brought in some more players since the last episode. There were 3 players who I'd offered contracts to, or 2 of them were loans, as you can see here. Ben Mclean, the first loan player from Burton Albion, 18-year-old left back, 3-star accountability, 5-star potential. He's played a few games for us already. He looks decent, looks kind of solid, and hopefully he'll grow from that point. He's a National League North player, potential to be League 2, so he'll only get better, hopefully. I mean, he has already. Look at the amount of greens. He's definitely a player on the rise, so long may that continue. We'll most likely see him in today's squad. I think that's already set. Thierry Latti Fairweather, an 18-year-old right back, also from Burton Albion, so both our fullbacks. Hopefully will help each other settle in for the rest of the season. They're both getting into the squad on a regular basis as well. Although Fairweather has had an injury in that process already. 2.5-star accountability, 5-star potential. Few games played, either side of an injury. And he can only get better from here as well. Also League 2 potential. He's actually regional Premier Division player, which is a bit of a worry. I didn't realise he was only that. But he's certainly better than Matt Challoner, who was the original starter and is our best right back at the club. So I'm kind of favouring Fairweather at right back at the moment. Emmanuel Bihi is our 3rd signing. 4-star accountability, 5-star potential. 21-year-old English central midfielder. Yeah, he's the best central midfielder we have at the club by a country mile. And he's already got a goal and assist in 4 appearances. He's looked very, very solid in midfield, which is just as well because the rest of our midfield does not even look close to competent at the moment. Potential to be League 2 standard. So we've got some good potential in this squad. Adebiyi is with us on an actual contract, not a loanee. £325 a week. I don't even think that's the highest paid in the squad, if I'm correct. Who's the highest paid? Adam Thomas, right, on 350. So Adebiyi goes in as our 2nd highest paid player at the club. Adam Thomas is definitely a strong player for us. He can play anywhere on the right or the left hand side of the midfield or attacking midfield. He's the best player at the club, and he's shown it thus far. Well, started to show it. He's only got 1 assist, but I've been playing him out on the left wing because we have no one else there, which is a shame, but he is a decent player for the National League. So the worry is that a team is just going to snap him up come January. I know there's no transfer window in the non-league, but it usually seems to happen around January or the summer that players tend to leave, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But this is going to be the 11 that we're going to send out against Biggleswade Town, as we bid to get to the third qualifying round of the FA Cup and hopefully get a win under our belts and some good form hopefully as well. Chris Renshaw was making his first appearance in goal this season. He's come to me and said he should be starting, so he is down as first choice goalkeeper. In fact, where can I see that? Happiness, yeah, he should be an important player. So he hasn't made an appearance this season, so this is going to be his chance to show us what he can do. Mclean, Wilson, Collins and Fairweather as the back four. In fact, Fairweather, he's just come back from injury. He's still short of fitness. Challoner should be on the bench. So he should be. Right. He's suspended because he got himself sent off. Of course he did. Who can actually come off? Right, okay, so he's actually the only right back at the club. That's not comforting at all. We need to sort that out. In fact, Posher, I know he can play there. We don't need a goalkeeper, don't worry. Posher can go on the bench, it's fine. The Bihi and Lussey in the midfield, with Thomas on the left wing. Jack Dunn, only his second appearance of the season this is going to be. He scored 2 assists and I haven't played him since that game. Whenever it was. When was it? It was against Darlington. So he played against Darlington and then we didn't play him against Leamington and Gloucester and we lost. Makes sense. McKay and Amoteng are the main strikers up front. 5 goals between them so far this season. Hopefully they'll have their scoring boots on in the FA Cup as well. So the reason that the FA Cup, I'm treating it as a big deal, is big for non-league clubs, regardless anyway. But the fact is, for Curzon, right now we have 0 money in the bank. I want us to improve our recent performances, yes, absolutely. So we have no money in the bank, we're in the red already, and we're over the wage budget by, I think, just shy of £500, which is a bit of a shame. But at the same time, it's no great shock, is it? Whenever you take over a lower league club, you're always going to want to try and max out the wage budget as much as you can. And we did that by bringing in about 8 players. 2 of them are on loan, so 6 players we've had to pay for. And now I'm just looking to get in loan players, so hopefully we'll get in on a free. Hence why Burton Albion are effectively saviour for us right now. Because loaning us their 2 fullbacks is nothing short of absolutely fantastic on their part. Right, Amoteng, Lussey. A goal here will help us massively. Jack Dunn is getting a lot of the ball early on. And there, what a chance. Oh, it was a deep cross from Fairweather. And McKay should really have scored that. That was a very, very good cross into the box. I was actually meant to show you tactics-wise what we were trying to do. As you can see, I'm trying a asymmetrical tactic. Something that will... Actually, no, I was trying asymmetrical. We've just gone to a 4-2-4. We started doing that against Guiseley, so after the first game. And it kind of worked a treat, obviously. 3 wins on the bounce, but I do feel that the opposition do catch on to what you do very, very quickly in FM22 compared to previous FMs, and Thomas, again, should have finished, but I think he was offside anyway, so didn't matter too much. No, I don't wish to watch the highlight, thank you very much. We'll wait for the key highlights. That was the whole point. We won the ball well there, did Lussey, and I don't know why Amoteng was trying a back pass of all things. That's not quite what I wanted you to do. Renshaw, I'm going to be watching him very carefully, see how he does. He is supposed to be the first choice keeper for this team, so maybe he'll come in and actually do the business for us. Oh, Thomas just slots it in. Oh, what a cheeky little goal, and that was what I wanted to see from Thomas. Some more involvement in goals. But that just seemed the tightest of angles. He broke the defensive line very, very well. He wasn't offside this time. And he just slots it across the goal line. I think that did hit the near post on this side. It just creeps in at the back post. And that puts us 1-0 up. Something we desperately needed. We've had a lot of chances in those last couple of defeats, but just couldn't seem to put the ball in the back of the net. And a big part of that, Amoteng was guilty of that a lot of the time. And he's just missed another one. I was kind of hoping he would make me eat my words on that, but no. Instead, he decided, no, sorry boss, I don't know where my scoring boots are. Typical, isn't it? I would like us to grab a second, because I know what these smaller teams are like. They seem to come at you way too much towards the end of a game. I've seen it before in FA Cup qualifying rounds, in fact just any FA Cup game. I haven't got the greatest record when it comes to FA Cup games, and I want to change that today. There is Jack Dunn. If he could just put that in the middle. Is that a penalty? I mean, you know, I'm not going to complain, but I've been on the end of those myself where the opposition has got penalties and I've cursed the game many a time for that. I suppose it balances itself out. And Amoteng, speaking of balancing out, he's got his 3rd goal of the season. He's stuck one back of the net. Hopefully that'll do a lot for his confidence. Missing chance after chance doesn't do a lot for your confidence. That showed in the past couple of games. But he's been a decent signing otherwise. He's someone who does get involved in attacks a lot. He's someone who breaks the defensive line a lot. I can't think of any other words to say at the moment except a lot. He does a lot, except scoring goals, and hopefully he'll start to put that right as the season goes on. He is playing as a target forward for the first time this season, and for some reason McKay was being the target forward there. Why? I don't know. He's our poacher. Jack Dunn with the ball on the right hand side. There is McKay. McKay with the 2nd big chance of the game for him. Should have finished. Jack Dunn has been doing very well on the right hand side actually. Maybe I should be playing him. Will Recards is someone who's been playing there. He's another of my summer signings who he does well, but he just he's just served a suspension himself, so he's only just come back into the squad. There is McKay, and there is Thomas, and again it was the deep cross from Jack Dunn that does the damage to Biggleswade's defence. Okay, you can say this is just Biggleswade, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and we need to rack up a lot of goals, if I'm honest, for our confidence, if anything else. Because we need confidence in front of goal. We miss a lot of chances. And we have made it to half-time. 3-0 to the good. I'm happy with the number of shots on target so far. Yep, just bag a few more goals. Just go for it. Just bag a few more goals. Fairweather has a booking. I'll be careful with that. Challoner, he got sent off in the last game, hence why he's suspended. But then again, I'm not exactly convinced by Challoner by any stretch of the imagination. I just think... No, at the right back, I'm not convinced so far. He might change my mind at some point as we go through the season, as McKay is through here, and McKay finally bags his goal. 4-0 to Curzon Ashton, as we're looking set for the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. Winners of this match, hopefully, will be us from this position. We'll get 3.3k, I believe, so it's not a great amount of money, but it's going to help us in our pursuit for some actual money, and to hopefully be able to bring in some players as well further down the line. I'm looking at January, in all honesty. Wilson with the free kick, passed over by Lussie, and Bihi is in there. There's McKay, and McKay has found the back of the net twice now. Twice in the last 4 or 5 minutes. 5-0. I did say I wanted to see several goals today. We got our wish. Now I'm just looking at seeing what players we can actually rest, because there's a few players on here who have a heavy match load. Good finish. First time as well from McKay. Good stuff. Bihi won't be credited with the assist, sadly. Bihi into Thomas, and that's beautifully played through. Thomas! 6. Here we go. 55 minutes on the clock. 6-0. Thomas with his 2nd of the game. No, hang on. Is that his 3rd or 2nd of the game? Let me just have a look. No, it's a hat-trick. My bad, Thomas. Sorry, I've done you dirty there. It's his hat-trick. Lovely. 3rd goal of the season. All in one game. That's what you want to see. I don't know how that ball was actually played through there. Jack Dunn wins it, but then loses it. Good save by Renshaw. To be fair, I think if that was Vucevic, who has saved a shot like that before and just palmed it straight out into the penalty area, and unfortunately conceded because he just stood there like a statue. That happened in one of the games that was offline, which is kind of why I'm a little bit sketchy about him at the moment, hence, and also why Chris Renshaw has come in, just to see if he's any better. I say that it's his first appearance of the season, and he's an important player, so he needs it. McKay is offside there, I'm convinced. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure he was offside there. It would have been nice had it's actually counted, but no, you could see he was off by a country mile. I like to defend my players where I can, but for goodness sake, stay onside, man. Stay onside. Alright, it's substitution o'clock. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get Matty Waters on for Mclean. Get him a little bit of a run out. Posher, you're uninterested apparently. That worries me a little bit. In fact, saying that, Fairweather is on a yellow card, so we are going to rest him. We're going to rest those two for future games because, you know, the league is still our bread and butter at the end of the day. Bihi is through here and he saves. And the ball is actually cleared, but only as far as Waters. He's got a good cross in him as well. I love it when I say words and things happen that back up those words on screen. Lovely stuff. An assist from Waters. He's been on the pitch about 2 minutes. A great cross here. Look at that. We've got fullbacks who can cross the ball. And Moteng, he can finish his second goal of the game. We've still got McKay and Moteng on the pitch who could realistically end up on hat-tricks. Although I'm looking at taking one of them off just to give him a little bit of a rest. So you know what, we will do that now actually. Let's have a look. Knowles is complacent. Alex Curran. Do you know what I'm thinking? McKay is the freshest of the attacking players. We're going to give Curran a bit of time. Whoops, come on. Come on, move over there. I would actually like my video to be 20 minutes or less, please. He's going to go as an advance forward. Curran is going to go as a, you know what, advanced playmaker. He's kind of earned it. We're just going to lower down the tempo a little bit as well. We don't want to completely wear everyone out. Well, that was annoying, but you could see that coming all day long. It seems to happen too often in cup competitions. Not just the FA Cup, but all cup competitions. I mean, I was about to say he's offside, but one of these two was playing him on. Stupid, really. See what I mean about penalties? I do curse Football Manager for them sometimes. I thought it was all evened out with the penalty earlier, but apparently not. And Renshaw did go the right way, but Walker has scored. I mean, seriously? Game? Do you need to do this? Do you? It's not even the game, it's my players. The players are just tired. I've got no more substitutions. I did consider saying nothing for that entire highlight, thinking that nothing was going to happen, and then that happens. So I now have to leave that in. That's just fantastic. Great cross here from Bihi. Curran, the freshest man on the pitch, so it makes sense that he's able to do something. And Thomas gets his fourth of the game. I don't think I can even make any more substitutions. I mean, do I really need... Well, I would love to at this point. I would love to actually make some substitutions. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I think you only get 3, even in the FA Cup. But an 8-2 victory. You know what? I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased with that. The 2 goals, we were tired. I mean, it's non-league. Goals are going to go in left, right and centre. But job done. Third round of the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. Let's go and get that money. Alright, second game of the episode now against Bradford Park Avenue in the league. And this is the 11 that we're going with. The exact same 11 as the cup match. Don't change a winning team. That's what they usually say. Jack Dunn is only a star and a half. I honestly didn't know that. I know that's in comparison to the rest of your squad, but does that kind of suggest how good the rest of the squad is supposed to be? Well, we'll find out. I mean, Jack Dunn, he's only building up some match fitness at the moment. Hopefully he'll continue his decent form that he's been in when he's actually been in the side. Let's outstretch the arms, carry on the last performance, and let's get out there and grab 3 points, because I'd like us to turn things around in the league after those 2 defeats. And we are playing a Bradford Park Avenue side who are... Oh my gosh, it's the curse of the wingers again. Oh, what is this? Hand injury. It's a hand injury. I mean, come on, you could play on. Just bandage his hand up. Put some wooden splinters, you know, either side of the hand, whichever hand it is. He can play on with that. Surely. Ugh. We had Will Rickard. That's a tricky name to say, I've just realised. Will Rickard got injured in the youth match, the under-18s match, a couple of days before this, and that's a terrible goal to concede. Good bend on it, but I'd like my defence to actually do something about that. They really should be tackling. I don't want to see that again. That's literally down to my defence, and unfortunately my centre-backs... Oh, come on! This is not even funny. What the heck? Thigh injury. This is not even funny. I'm sorry, Football Manager, what is going on? Why are you giving me so many injuries? What the heck? It's not like we can... We're not even training every day. We're part-time. Oh my goodness. A winger and a central midfielder. And that's our best central midfielder. Bihi is our best central midfielder at the club. Rickard is out for 5 to 6 weeks. Before I even had the chance to mention that. Okay, guys. Enough of the back heels in our own half. Thank you. Get the ball forwards. There is McKay. Thank you very much. Some good news. Some good news in this match. Nearly half an hour gone. It's 1-1. And McKay and Motang make me smile. They really, really do. These two up front are working together fairly well. I think that we might have found a good role for Motang as the target forwards. Oh, those two injuries though just put a massive dampener. I hope they're not long term. I honestly hope they're not long term. Rickard is medium term, 5 to 6 weeks. That's effectively a month and a half he's going to be out for. 4 minutes added on, that must mean those injuries were severe. But we go in half time, 1-1. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. We can do this. Come on, boys. It's time to step... It is kind of time to step up. It is time to step up. You know what? Make a difference. There you go. That probably should have been the talk I would have given to the midfield in the first place. But it does kind of highlight that we need to get a couple of midfielders in, central midfielders in, on loan, because the midfielders we have at the club, I'm not completely convinced by them. And that's Whittam, Lussie. Lussie's okay, but he's not exactly of the highest quality, bless him. He does try. Definitely not Merrill. He's still technically a youth player. And who's the other one? Jack Daly, maybe? I think I've seen him play like once, and that was very close by Motang. Good build-up play. But overall, the central midfield area at our club is fairly weak, to say the least. I say it's the weakest department in our club. Because outside of Bihi and maybe Lussie, there's hardly any quality going on. I've already made 2 substitutions. I've got 1 left. And that ball has been cleared. So if we could just win the ball back, and they've got a bit of an overload on the left here. We need to nip this in the bud very quickly, fellas. And try and get a counter-attack on. Is that done? Because you could probably have got that. Oh, Whittam. You see what I mean about Whittam? He's a central midfielder. He can't even win a ball. And he's a ball-winning midfielder. At least he has to play as a ball-winning midfielder. And that ball is just over. And we might need to freshen a couple of things up. I'm just going to encourage the boys before I do. Whittam, Dunn and McKay are all on yellow cards. I've got no more central midfielders, so nothing I can do there. McKay is looking very tired. In fact, so is our defenders. So you know what? Collins, you're going to go off, because we need to freshen up the defence a little bit, and that's the only real change I can make. I've encouraged the boys. We are going to go positive. Hopefully sneak a winner. Motang. Fairweather with a deep cross, and just over. Fairweather getting another one of those good crosses in. Oh, it's frustrating. The injuries more than anything were very frustrating. It just hurt. It really did hurt. We're just going to lower the tempo a little bit, because I don't want to wear the lads out too much. It's still early in the season at the end of the day, and we're only part-time. So what you got to remember, we ain't going to have the legs Then again, I think the whole division is part-time. It's not quite National League. It's still just... Yeah, I do have to sympathise with you guys, because we got thrown off by 2 injuries, which I hope are not severe. Leaves us down in 13th, but that's not even the big story. Hang on a minute. Oh, I had to be out for up to 2 months. Where's Thomas? 6 to 7 weeks for Bihi. Where's Thomas? You're joking me. He didn't even need to come off. You did not even need to come off. Man must have had a hot date. That's why he wanted to go early, get himself ready. That is disappointing conduct from him. Regardless though, I'm just glad he's not injured. But Bihi is going to be out for up to 2 months. So yeah, it's going to be about November, December by the time we see him again. And speaking of which, we will be back somewhere around the end of October or the beginning of November. Depends how we're doing the Cup. The FA Cup 3rd qualifying round is my next game. It's too soon to come back for that. So we'll be back at the end of October or early November. Hopefully we'll still be in the FA Cup and having a nice little run in that. And if we are, I'll be back to show you the 4th qualifying round. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. It helps the channel out and it's free for you to do, so why not? What have you got to lose? But I thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.